If you lost your memory completely, and if you were to lose your memory totally and one day wake up in a hospital room, and I were to be in a hospital room, and you had no memory whatsoever, and I were to walk in and I were to be the doctor, and I were to say, well, your name is Mike, or your name is Susie, or your name is Charlie, and this wasn't really your name, but you lost your memory completely, and you were to wake up in this hospital room and I were to tell you this, in that moment, what would you say? In that exact moment, there would really be no recollection of your past. There would be no recollection of the person that you actually thought that you were. And imagine in that moment in the hospital room, let's say you didn't have kids, and we brought in 3 kids, and we brought in a husband or a wife, and you weren't married, and we said, this is your family. What would you say to that? You see, we often have this sense of who we think we are. In that moment in the hospital room, all you could really say is, okay, I guess my name is Susie, or I guess my name is Charlie, or my name is Mike. Yet we've often become so identified with who we thought we were. But the question I would ask you in this moment is, where is the you that you, up until that moment, you were so sure that you were? Because in that moment in the hospital room, you have a whole different identity. You have a whole different personality. You have a whole different sense of self based on what I'm telling you. And these are all things I'm telling you. And then you might go through your life, you might go about your life living that identity, living that perspective, living that story. And then the rest of your life continues. But I like to say that the only thing you can know for sure in that moment in the hospital room, the only thing you could really know for sure, without anything I say to you, without anything anyone has said to you, without anything any book has said to you, any scripture said to you, any teacher said to you, the only thing you could really know for sure as a result of your own direct experience in that moment is you would just look around. You would look around, and you may not know what your name is. You may not know that your name is Mike, Susie, Charlie, or whatever. You may not know that you have 3 children or that you're married. But the only thing you could really know for absolute sure is you could look around and you would say something like, I am. You could say something like, I exist. I am. But I am Susie, or I am Charlie, or I am this, or I am that. That's just a story or a condition or a conditioning or an identity that we've taken on, we've believed that's been given to us. The only thing we could really know for sure in that moment, beyond the shadow of a doubt, from direct experiences, I am. By asking ourselves the real question as a beginning point, who am I? Who am I really? Am I this body? Am I my name? Am I my identity? Am I my age? It begins a process where we begin to actually have a little space from what we, up until that moment, have been so conditioned to identify with.